Let's now make our way along Georgia Grown Trail 341 to a farm in Roberta where a couple new to retirement decided to change paths into the world of farming. If you do it the Greenway, it's all about the soil. From the pigs and the cattle to the chickens and eggs, they all play an integral role in rebuilding healthy soil on these chemical-free pastures.
The basis for our style of farming would be what grandparents did years ago, in that they used what they had and they regeneratively grew their crops and their animals. We've started practicing a method of farming called natural farming, specifically Korean natural farming. It's a way of reintroducing biology into the soil because we kind of feel like everything starts at the soil.
If you have healthy soil, then you'll have healthy plants, healthy animals, healthy product from those.
And healthy people. So we have 3 pastures here that are roughly 25 acres each, and they all go into our cattle working system. So every morning we bring them in here so that we can see them and put eyes on them, and they can put eyes on us. Just keep them calm when we have to do things like tag them. And then we always have a pasture at rest.
Owners Steve Hunt and Joy Thomas Hunt live on this 114-acre farm that has expanded from the original 22-acre hobby farm. They manage the day-to-day operations for this full-time working farm, which any farmer will tell you is no easy task. Y'all aren't originally farm folk. What happened?
We were both widowed. We met, we both had an interest in where our food came from. Getting married, we knew that we didn't want our children to go home for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever to a home that wasn't their home.
We both had 2 families and we both had separate lives before, but this gave us a chance over the last 5 years to, this is what we've done and what we've built. And I think all 5 of our kids are proud of that, but it also gave us the opportunity to build something that was ours.
It has become home for them, which is what we wanted more than anything.
So why did the original retirement hobby farm go all in?
You know, ultimately, we want the farm to provide us with the lifestyle that we want, and we want to provide for us.
And by lifestyle, open air, open sky, sunshine, a place for our kids to gather, a place for eventual grandkids to come. It gives us a purpose, something we can say is ours.
Yeah, and the purpose for us really goes back to health. We had spouses that didn't have that luxury of good health. All that we're trying to do is kind of get back closer to nature. We're not going to feed the masses, but we can feed this community and we can feed our families and loved ones and those around us. We would love to be inspirational to other people that would want to do the same things that we're doing.
And do anything we can to help them.
And beyond the regenerative farm and rotating farm animals, Greenway had another idea that quickly gained steam due to the demand. Time to make some pickles.
So this is how we make our spears. Just like that.
Our original farm founders, she had a knack for making pickles and anything canned. And after her initial retirement, wanted to just go to the farmer's market and make it and sell some pickles, and then came to find out they were supposed to be licensed. You're supposed to have correct mechanisms in place to make sure that your food is safe. As we came along and started looking from the business point of view, because they had a great brand going, great product. But as we looked at it, we realized that's a great advertisement on a small, safe purchase. You're spending a few dollars on something that if you don't like it, you're out a few dollars. But it's a great little billboard on a jar and a great way to get our brand out there and build that brand.
It's a good revenue stream.
A good revenue stream that there's times when we can turn the light off and shut the door and walk away from it. We can't do that with animals.
When I purchase a steer and raise it out over 12 to 14 months, I'm invested in that steer for that period of time. We can buy jars and get cucumbers and the spices and put them together and have on a Monday and be sold out on Saturday.
We'll just go back jar to jar, making sure, like as they've softened a little bit, that we've got a good full jar, because the brine will soften them and they'll settle. When they're inverted, the next day you come in and there's brine at the top and you think, did I not put enough cucumbers in there?
They're all overflowing here.
These are the spices and seasonings that we use for our brine.
I like the color.
Yes.
It's all secrets, right?
Yes.
Some secrets in there.
Yes, can't give away the recipe. So this just tells us the pH of our product.
We calibrated our pH meter already this morning. It has to be calibrated weekly.
So we're at 193 for the temp. It has to be over 180 degrees. You cannot detect botulism in canned goods at all. So that's why you have to make sure that you're using proper canning practices.
So it's bringing it to temperature to kill anything in it, as well as get the air bubbles out and then seal the jar as well.
And one important thing to remember if you decide to can at home is that you can only water bath can high acid foods. You cannot water bath can green beans or vegetables like that unless you're pickling them in vinegar. The vinegar in the pickles is what makes this a high acid food in order to be able to water bath can.
These tasty Greenway Farms pickles, sauces, and jams can be bought online and found at many stores all around Georgia, including the one and only Greenway Farms Market in Roberta, located right along Georgia Grown Trail 341.
At first, we just had our products on the shelves. And then I realized I couldn't keep the shelves full because our product was moving out so fast. And then we realized we could make more of a draw here for other products that would enhance our own products, whether it's a barbecue sauce or a cheese straw to go with the pickles that you're serving on a charcuterie board.
We've probably focused a little bit on the meats, the beef, the pork, and the eggs because of the farming practices we wanted to farm. And then the canning and the pickles and the sauces and the jellies and jams, it's just another opportunity for a good business to help kind of fund the lifestyle that we wanted. These are just some samples of the beef and pork products that we have. Over here is mostly our pork, where you can see everybody knows our bacon. We leave the skin on our bacon. Some people makes the crackling. This is a set of pork chops that come from our pork and some just regular ground pork that's in here. So we have our ground beef, which is pretty lean ground beef. We have a chuck roast here, which is a big kind of a Fred Flintstone chuck roast, and then we have a smaller chuck here. And then our steaks are individually wrapped and packaged, a little smaller cuts than you would see maybe in a grocery store. We raise our beef to around 1,200 pounds when we process. What that allows is for us to have a level of fat content that is kind of optimal for our financial picture, so that we're not processing and cutting off a lot of fat off of our beef.
We'd never thought that we could do this, but if we open the door and people can understand, yeah, I can have backyard chickens, that they could find, like you said, inspiration. If we can add to the life here in the community, that's probably what we're geared more to. We want it to stay, we want it to be, and we want it to thrive, but we want it to be something that gives back to the community.
So sometimes it's good to just hang up your boots and relax for retirement. But the Hunts seem more on the path of rewirement and have found a nice second semester in life down here on the fertile farming grounds of Greenway.